You're still watching Sunrise at Sea right here on CTV, and it's time for our wellness segment. My name is Apollo Sarah, and today we are going to be discussing herbal medicine, their importances. Are they a better substitute to modern medicine? And joining me in studio is Dr. Richard Komakech, a research officer at Natural Chemotherapy Research Institute under the Ministry of Health Uganda, and Dr. Francis Omojal. Did I pronounce your name right,
yes,
Doctor? Yes. Dr. Francis Omojal, a senior research officer, also with the same institution. Thank you for joining me on Sunrise at Sea today. Thank you for being here. So let's start with what exactly that you do. And what you do is natural chemotherapeutic research. What does that mean?
Good morning, Dr. Fred.
Natural chemotherapeutic research.
Nice to see you.
We deal
My name
with
is
research in natural medicines.
Yes.
That we can use for treatment of human diseases. And many people always ask, what does chemotherapy mean?
Yes.
Chemotherapy simply means treatment of diseases using chemicals.
Yes.
And the natural one means we use natural medicines for the treatment of what? Human diseases.
Yes.
So that is exactly what we do, and we work with the Natural Chemotherapeutic Research Institute, which is a government institution,
yes,
the only government institution in the country which is mandated to do research on natural medicines under Ministry of Health Uganda.
All right.
Thank you.
You're also specialist in plant tissue culture and phytomedicine research. What does that
Absolutely.
mean?
You see, I don't know how many minutes I have to explain this, but let me try to break it down
Yes,
in a very short way. Tissue culture, in a layman's language, simply means farming of medicinal plants in the lab.
Yes.
So instead of going to farm in the garden, we farm in the lab. So we have medicinal plants which are endangered, which is about to be extinct. They are very rare to get. And it is difficult to propagate using the natural, traditional methods.
Outside in the open.
Outside in the open.
Yes.
And that's why they are becoming very scarce. So we can use the knowledge of plant tissue culture to farm it in the lab, to grow it in the lab. Then we can move it from the lab to the environment.
All right.
And in a country like Uganda, we want to change that narrative where we pick medicinal plants from the wild to the lab.
Yes.
Now this time we want to move it from the lab to the wild. That is what we want to do. We want to generate seedlings in the lab. A good example of a plant that can be generated in the lab or farmed in the lab is actually mulondo,
yes,
which is a common medicine that people use in our country. So
yes,
we can grow mulondo in the lab and then take the seedlings to the wild. So that is a plant tissue culture. And then, of course, phytomedicine is a research on natural medicines that we can use for the treatment of human diseases. And so that is part of the work that I do, and I'm a specialist in those ones.
All right.
Thank you.
And I would like to also ask, are herbal medicines more effective than modern day medicines? I mean, with COVID-19, you have seen a lot of people, especially here in Uganda, have resorted to a lot more natural, medicines as opposed to modern medicines. So is it true that herbal treatments are a lot more effective?
At this material time, it is difficult to tell that herbal medicine is more effective or modern medicine is more effective. What is very clear and what is very important, now let me talk from the perspective of herbal medicine. Herbal medicine, you see, it is like food to us.
Yes.
It heals the body in totality with probably less side effects. And that is why many people find more confidence in using what? Herbal medicine. And then secondly, it is easily available. People can easily access it. People can easily afford it compared to the modern medicine, which they may not easily afford. And of course, we all know that from many years, from generations, some of these herbal medicines have been handed down from generations to generations.
Yes.
So people have more trust in it.
Yes.
And that's why many people find it more convenient and more, because of the trust, they can use it easily.
All right.
You understand? So, and that is why maybe the use for it in treatment of COVID-19 or management of COVID-19 as outweighed possibly the use of the modern medicine.
So Dr. Francis, does convenience mean that it is a better solution to diseases, to people's diseases, using herbal medicine?
Come again?
Is because Doctor has just said that people use herbal medicines. Dr. Richard has just said people use herbal medicines because they're a lot more convenient and they're easier to find. So my question is, just because it's convenient, is it safer? Is it more efficient or more effective?
Not necessarily like that.
Yes.
Herbal medicine may be convenient because it's easily available. It's accessible to people.
Yes.
They can easily source it. For conventional medicine, first of all, you must go to a pharmacy. You must be prescribed by a doctor, and then you have to go to a pharmacy to buy. By saying convenience here, we are talking about that this herbal medicine is easily available for someone to use.
Yes.
And it's not that it's so safe or it is safe. It's because sometimes herbal medicine can also be dangerous, even more dangerous than conventional medicine.
Herbal
medicine can also be dangerous. Yeah, the safety of herbal medicine may also be there, but it's not as more as conventional medicine.
Yes.
Because the toxic factor with conventional medicine is more higher than herbal medicine. Yeah, because the concentration used, you can see how much of the conventional medicine. You take a small tablet, which is not milligrams.
Yes.
And you don't need to take a lot. But herbal medicine, you can take a large quantity. Because the concentration in the herbal is quite very high in the conventional medicine. So, but I'm not saying that herbal medicine is not safe. Herbal medicine can also
be harmful.
Can also be harmful.
Yes.
So we need to look at it in that way. That's why we are in chemotherapeutics. We do that. We don't take herbal medicine lightly. We actually evaluate herbal medicine and see whether it is safe for consumption. So we have to test it and see what's the level of safety so that we can allow somebody. I also want to say that some of the conventional medicine you see on the market, some of it are actually sourced from herbal medicine. A good number, 1 in 5 drugs you see in a pharmacy are originated from a herbal medicine. So herbal medicines are sources, or plant are sources of medicine. But it goes through a process for it to come into that state.
Yes.
Yes.
And there's also the issue of herbal medicines and people prescribing. Doesn't it lead to overdoses or become detrimental over time when people just keep on taking and taking and taking? Because now COVID, everybody is very paranoid, so everybody is eating ginger and garlic and biting into lemons and eating aloe vera non-stop. Doesn't that cause a problem to your body eventually?
First of all, like I said, people have confidence in using herbal medicine. And some of these herbal medicines have been used as food by humans. And so that's why sometimes people use them without fear that it might be harmful to them.
Yes.
And because it has been used from generation to generation. Yeah, but like you said, that's why herbal medicine, just like modern medicine, if you have not been using a certain category before, it is very important for you to seek help from somebody who is a specialist, a traditional medicine doctor.
People are afraid of traditional doctors.
No.
Even by you saying that as a traditional doctor.
So there are specialists.
So maybe you can clarify on that.
There are categories. I will come to that. But let me first answer the first question that you asked. And then about the issue of doses. If you consume more herbal medicine, it might be harmful to you. Because, herbal medicine toxicity or side effects comes from a number of factors.
Yes.
One, how old was the plant that you have harvested?
Oh.
So the age of the plant determine the active compound in that plant.
Yes.
So a 2-year-old plant might be less toxic than a 30-year-old plant. So if you harvest from a 30-year-old and you take a cupful and somebody takes from a 2-year-old plant and takes a cupful, you who has taken the other one, you might be taking overdose, and that can be harmful to you.
Yes.
Or this one, which is younger, might even be more toxic than the older one.
Yes.
So somebody needs to understand, at what stage do I harvest the medicinal plant? You understand?
Yes.
Very important. 2, where did you harvest it from? If you harvest a plant, a medicinal plant, say from Acholi land or from Karamoja, that medicinal plant might be different from the one you are going to harvest in Teso, or from the one you are going to harvest in Ankole.
Yes.
Why? Because of geographical what? Differences.
And climate.
And climate.
Yes.
If you eat jobio during, you know jobio?
Yes.
Denandra, that is it is a common vegetable in the market.
Yes.
Or say nakati. If you eat nakati, the nakati of dry season and the nakati of wet season, there's a big difference.
True.
The one of
dry season
is very bitter, right?
Yes.
That is means there's a higher accumulation of active compounds in it.
Oh, wow.
And the one of wet season is less bitter. That means there's less accumulation of what? Active compounds in it. So, if assuming that was a herbal medicine and you harvest the other one, 1 cup, and you take during dry season, it is different from the concentration that you're going to take during wet season.
Yes.
So one has to be aware of that, and many people do not know that, and that's where they go wrong.
Exactly.
Secondly, the active compound, Dr. Mujala has just told you that the active compounds in natural medicine can be used for making modern medicine.
Yes.
Now, you can make a big mistake of mixing the two together. You have taken your 1 cup of herbal medicine, and then in the hospital they have also given you some medicine to take.
With the same components.
It may possibly have the same component like this herbal medicine that you have taken. And that is where the problem comes in. You find yourself overdosed. Okay. So that's where overdosing comes in, on as far as what natural medicine comes in.
All right.
Okay. I would like Dr. Mujal to explain about the different traditional medicine doctors, which you are afraid of.
I want to first come to toxicity.
Yeah.
So when you take this excess or too much of the herbal medicine, the problem could be on the liver, and the problem can be on your kidney. Those are the areas it can really go and affect. And in the long run, it may cause a problem. After some time, you have liver complications or kidney complications. So we need to be careful, especially like you said, mixing them and so on. But use of our medicine is historical. And for a long time, they have been using herbal medicine. And history of use is very sensitive. According to WHO, history of use is one of the judgments of herbal medicine. The longer it has been used, the more considered the cause is safe, because complaints have been few. But studies have to continue. But they are very much sensitive. Even National Drug Authority, which is responsible for regulating herbal medicine, consider its of use in their legislation. How long has that medicine been used? Not just saying, I've just got herbal medicine today, and you're using it. Yes. People have consumed a lot of aloe vera and so on. Because right now, the problem of COVID is that we don't have, there's no cure for COVID at the moment. At the moment, they are struggling to look for a solution.
Yes.
There's no a drug that has been found to kill the virus at the moment.
Yes, so we're just trying everything to see what works better. And
people are trying to all what works better. Everybody's trying.
Yes.
Yeah, to get the solution. And then in herbal medicine, a dose is very important. So you must be very sure about the dose, what you're consuming, and also the way it's processed.
Yes.
It's another good way. The process of herbal medicine is, don't underlook the processing, because some herbal medicine may be boiled a longer period of time. Some may just be put in hot water.
Yes.
Some may be put in cooking oil. So that is very important.
You have to know the process.
Yeah, and so experts know, not anybody.
Yes.
You cannot just get people are now beginning to chew even pills of lemon, just start chewing because of COVID. They're just going to start taking aloe vera, it's bitter, you're struggling with it, chewing it. Yeah? thinking it's a solution. No, get experts on board.
So, doctor, where can people find experts to consult on herbal medicine?
Yes, that's why I was telling you that now you're asking, who is a traditional doctor?
Yes.
In traditional medicine, it's a very broad term. It means the whole aspects of medicine traditionally used by people. And every country or every part of the world has its traditional medicine. Not only Uganda. Even if you go to America, they have traditional medicine. Even if you go to Europe, they have traditional medicine. If you go to, they have Chinese traditional medicine, Indian traditional medicine, African traditional medicine. So it's very broad.
Yes.
Now, those ones, you have that, in our traditional medicine, they have many different categories. Just like in medicine, we have doctors, we have dentists, we have pharmacists, we have nurses in conventional medicine. Even these types of medicine, they are different, depending on their application. So there is what we call herbal medicine, which is the largest component.
Yes.
In traditional medicine, herbal medicine. It's the largest component of traditional medicine.
Yes.
But there are medicines which are good to medicine, like spiritualism.
Yes. Another
group of people also use traditional medicine. There's a group. They are traditional birth attendants.
Yes.
Those ones in the villages who help ladies to give birth.
Yes.
Traditional medicine. You have bone setters. If you are broken,
yes.
That group is there.
Yes.
So there are many different types of traditional medicine. So, but we are talking in terms of herbal medicine at the moment.
Yes. Are they licensed?
So
are they licensed
maybe
doctors?
To answer, where do we find them?
Yes.
Now, in every community across the whole world, in your village, if you went to your village, you asked anybody in your village, who knows traditional medicine in this village? They will tell you. Every community knows a person. So in communities, there are known people. So if you want,
actually, the first person you should talk to is actually your mom.
Yes.
Your mom is a traditional herbalist. She knows which herb you can use to cure your wound.
Exactly.
So don't look at a traditional herbalist as if they are in the space.
They have a shrine or something.
That's why
like
you
that.
say that when you talk about them, we fear. No, you shouldn't fear. In that case, then you should also fear your mother. You should fear your dad. You should fear your uncle. You should fear your auntie, because they know which herb you can take. Best. If they say, if you have cough, pick this leaf and chew.
Right.
If you have a wound, squeeze this leaf and put the sap in your wound. Those are the herbalists we are talking about.
All right.
But also in all the institutions, all the academic institutions in the country, like Makerere University, they have a department which does research in what? Traditional medicine. If you go to Mbarara University, that's why there's COVIDX now in place. They have a department which is in charge of what? Traditional medicine. If you go to Gulu University, they have. Thing. So all those places when you go, like when you go to Natural Chemotherapeutic Research Institute, which is my institution, you find all ranges of herbal medicine that you can use for different treatment of different diseases. So that is where you find them. And the lead is, you can go to National Drug Authority. They have a list of all the herbalists who are practicing in the right way and are following the different steps which it has been laid down by the National Drug Authority.
All right.
So those are the different places you can go to.
All right. Thank you so much, doctors. I wish we had so much time. But before we go, very briefly, any last remarks?
From my side, I would say that with the increasing use in the traditional medicine, people have somehow gone mad on the environment. They have harvested almost everything, and we are suffering because of many of the endangered plants are becoming now completely extinct. They are becoming depleted. And so there is need to invest in biotechnology. I was talking about it at the start. The country like Uganda need to invest in biotechnology so that we begin plant tissue culture of medicinal plants, that is the farming of medicinal plants in the lab setting, so that instead of removing from the environment, we can actually give back to the environment. Instead of removing from the community, we can give back to the community, from the lab to the community, other than from the community to the lab. So that is the fundamental thing, and that is what I can say. And I thank all the viewers for tuning into this program. It is a wonderful one, and I hope we had much time to discuss more about traditional medicine. It is a fantastic thing that a country can actually invest in.
Yes, absolutely. You'll definitely come back and we can continue this conversation. And what about you, Dr. Francis? Any parting words?
Thank you so much. I want us to believe in our medicine. I want to separate traditional medicine from witchcraft.
Yes.
I'm happy that the COVID has taught us that traditional medicine can work.
Yes.
Because people believe and they don't separate traditional medicine from witchcraft. Medicine is medicine. Yeah? So long as they can help your health, and it can actually be medicine. Not consider it was. Many people confuse traditional medicine with witchcraft. And I want to differentiate that. And once I get the right medicine, and get right, there are many people running around right now advertising herbal medicine, taking advantage of people. And you see them everywhere.
Yes.
And I want you to get to know the right medicine and consult the right people. Not just moving around and getting something. Because some quacks have come in and they are making anything into water and selling as herbal medicine.
Yes.
So I want us to avoid that and get right medicine in the right place.
Yes.
Consult the right people and ensure that you are given the right medicine.
Dosage, yes.
That's very important
All right.
for to everybody in public. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Francis. Thank you so much, Dr.
You're most
Richard,
welcome. Thank
for
you.
joining me on this
Thank you.
segment of Wellness on Sunrise. I see we have a great show lined up for you. There's more coming up. Coming up is the Twitter jabs. Don't blink.